Libertarian ideas around sex work are really fascinating because at least in the United States, because what they do is that they just end up going full circle to just right-wing conservative ideas. Exhibit A. The first tweet is very run-of-the-mill libertarian ideas about feminism. It becomes about free choice, it becomes about individual choice, and that is how we achieve liberation. But that is exactly where the problem comes in, because in the second tweet, somehow anything that can give you free choice, anything that could give you that can give you freedom can also damage you. So let's examine this a little bit. Here's an equivalent. It is every woman's free choice to dress however she wants, including in micro mini skirts. That is the downside of free choice. However, it is also absolutely true that if women wear micro mini skirts, they will experience irreparable damage, including rape. You see how that sounds? That's just a right wing problem. That's just a right wing idea around how rape culture actually works, which is something that is coming up in the top two tweets. This is a right wing idea about actually taking away women's freedom of choice. This is not actually freedom of choice. And then we come to the last tweet, which is a reply to the original tweet. Wherein somehow somebody is glamorizing sex work, which is something that I always have a lot of questions about. Usually when I do a little bit of research on what kind of sex worker media they're intaking, it's usually advertisements. It's usually from people who are posting from their work accounts. Now, here's my question. If somebody is selling a car, would they actually be talking about how many car accidents happen in a year, or would they be talking about how amazing a car is in your life? You can exchange selling car to selling a service. But the idea is that if I'm talking to you from a business account, I am looking out for my business, in which I'm going to be talking about the services that I sell in a really specific way. You can look at it from a coaching perspective, you can learn it from a consultant perspective, you can look at it from a sex worker perspective. This is not difficult, this is not a difficult idea. But what these three tweets do all together is that they delegitimize any kind of organizing and any kind of like language and political thought that sex worker organizers specifically are crafting around what they want in terms of their workplace conditions and how they're working. This just completely delegitimizes everything that anybody has ever said. You can, for example, Google Philly RUA destigmatize, decriminalize, decarcerate, or the community agreements to learn a little bit more on how sex workers specifically are talking about not only institutional abuse that comes in from criminalization, from police, but also how intercommunal abuse sort of interacts with that and hampers sex workers' lives. I highly encourage that you listen to sex workers and sex working organizers when it comes to ideas around sex work. And finally, I'm Ronnie. I'm a sex worker and I'm a sex working organizer, and these are